I'm pressing the button down there. Oh my goodness. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? This is Nick, your girl Raw Cannon. This sound really bad too, Can. It's really low. I can hear it, but it's like super low.
Mommy, is it on the podcast?
There we go. All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yes, we are. What's up, y'all? This is your girl Nick, Raw Cannon. This is Philly Service Announcement, Glockaware Radio, Takeover Tuesday. The love, support, and grace is always real. As y'all can see, it's me with company today. My two youngest girls of the crew. Come on, sit down, baby. Sit down. While we wait for Uncle Rue to get here.
Do you like to do this?
Yes, you can talk in there. They can actually hear you.
Hi. Hi, too. My name is Amaya, and I'm Nicole's daughter. The youngest, even though I'm super tall.
Okay. Would you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Audrey, and I love hot stuff. And I love sweet stuff and cheesy stuff. Woo!
Okay. Well, thank you, young ladies, for introducing yourself.
You're welcome. You're
You
welcome.
don't have to holler, baby. They can hear you really good if you just talk into it, okay? I know you like loud like me. But you can back up a little bit because it can pick you up really well, okay?
Okay, so...
Okay. Okay, hold on. Just a second. I know you ready to take over the show, but anyway,
Yes.
we gonna hold down the fort till my brother Rue get here. You know, he's on his way, of course. Always doing 1,000,001 things.
Yes.
How do you know? Yes, young lady.
So, when my dad gets here, he's on the podcast too. He's bringing a baby.
Okay.
Woo!
Okay, all right.
And he's a really and he's little.
Okay.
How old is he?
Okay.
How old is he? I'm pretty sure I would
Two.
say 1. He is 2.
Two.
And
Or
so when my dad gets here, we're gonna get up and do some word eyes. So
Okay.
yes. Hi,
Okay.
Charlie.
All right, y'all. That's
Hi,
enough.
Charlie.
That's enough. That's enough. Y'all taking over my show. Goodness gracious. I thought I was bad. I was bad. Chill for a second. Seriously. I thought I was bad. Now the kids trying to take over the show. Anyway, it's your girl Nick, Raw Cannon, waiting for Brother Rue, the assist, running around doing a bunch of things as he normally does. I got some help with me today, some support, because I'm always doing 1,000,001 things too, as a mother, you know, with the little kids. Excuse me. Ain't nobody asked you to put my business out there like that. Chill, relax, okay? Or I'm going to kick you off the show. No, I'm just playing, my mom. I'm just playing. So we're going to have a little conversation today. Just to kind of take away from the little girls for a minute, because they will definitely try to run the show for me. But I was reading some information, and I know I wasn't here last week, and we really didn't get a chance to go into our Say Her Name segment of the show. A lot has been going on in the city of Philadelphia, a lot of shootings, and the last I talked about a young lady who was shot in the Frankfurt section of Philadelphia. And since then, another young lady was murdered in the Frankfurt section of Philadelphia. And it kind of, it crushes my heart, because I say this and I had this conversation all the time about us being protected and stuff like that. And, you know, I definitely would love to get some feedback and some interaction from our audience, from our viewers, on what do you feel that Black women need as far as being protected by their community? Because I know I put a lot of onus on our Black men, because who else but our Black men, right? These systems are not designed to protect us across the board. And I want to get some feedback and some input to be able to expand on that, because my idea and what I see as protection for us may not be what somebody else sees. And I definitely want to open the floor to get some feedback and input from people on what they think that is. It's been a lot going on. I've been touched in so many different ways, and to constantly see these black women being murdered, shot, killed in domestic disputes, with disputes that didn't have anything to do with them, just being, a part of gun violence in the city of Philadelphia, and it's terrible. It's heartening, and as a black woman who is raising young girls, I really want to be able to teach my young girls. I have some older ones too, but they still young. How what it is to be protected and how they should be treated, and by not just our black men, period, in society, what their role is like, and what they should and shouldn't accept. And that is a conversation I want to open the door up and have with everybody. And when my brother Rue get here, we'll be able to have we'll dig into that a little bit more. But I just wanted to put that out there really quick. Sidebar, today is my cousin's birthday. I wanted to give a shout out to Steph. Happy birthday, Stephanie. Y'all can say happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Stephanie!
Okay, y'all ain't got to scream. I keep telling y'all, the mic gonna pick y'all up really good. You don't have to scream, okay? It's gonna pick you up really good.
Okay.
Yes. So we're going to be celebrating Stephanie's birthday. I can't wait, cousin. Happy birthday.
Yay.
Wish you many, many, many more. Love you to death.
We're going to have
See you
cake,
later.
right?
Child, please. It's a lot of graduations going on right now. I want to say congratulations to all the graduates. I had the opportunity to participate in a small ceremony for my daughter. Congratulations. She graduated today. My baby right here graduated from kindergarten. I got another daughter who graduated from 8th grade. Of course, I already shared I graduated as well, but it's a lot of graduations going on. My nephew graduated. My niece graduated. My other niece graduated. I just want to say congratulations to all the graduates out there. This is the time to celebrate. You should be proud. Celebrate your graduation. Have fun. The summer is here. Keep going. Keep going and keep going and keep going. That's all I can say about that. But congratulations to everybody. Now, I'm kind of like winging it right now, with my girls and me, obviously, because they not my normal co-hosts. These is not our special guests today, y'all. They just filling in and helping mommy out. These is not our special guests. Yes, baby. What is it that you need to say? Hold on, wait. What is it that you need to say? Because my kids need sensors. Hold up. What is it that you need to say?
That we are in team, and it's a big graduation.
Say that again.
That we are in team,
Okay.
and we're having fun.
Okay. Okay, that's
and we're
nice.
having a great time.
You're having a great time.
Yeah, that's what I need to say.
Okay.
Should I say it?
Yes, you can. My daughter wants to, she wants to say something. So go ahead, baby. You can say it.
So we're in camp. Yes, me too.
And
we're having a great time in there.
well, good.
Yes.
I'm glad. Yes.
And me and Woody go to the same camp.
Yes.
She's my sister.
And she's my sister.
Oh, aren't y'all so adorable? Oh gosh. Okay. Anyway, yes, camp. That's a good point, Mama. It's a lot. Oh, the summer is here. We gotta put our kids in some activities, y'all. The youth is out of school. Get them involved. Get them doing things. It's a lot of information out there. A lot of resources. There's a work ready. Hold up, baby. There's a work ready program going on right now for the summertime. There's a program at Eddie's house. There's a couple programs all across the city of Philadelphia. There's different work ready locations. Go on the internet and sign your kids up. What is it? Workready.org, I think it is.
So,
I think it's, baby, hold on, okay. I think it's workready.org. You can go on there, sign your kids up. I know you, in the beginning, you was able to choose a location where you wanted your kids to do the work ready program at. I'm not sure if that's because it's like June now, the options may be limited, but I know there was a pre-signing on bonus for like $150. I think the kids can make up to 1,000 or maybe I think 1,000 or something like that for the summer. Go on and sign your kids up. It's workready.org. Give these kids something to do. That idle time is the devil's hands. They don't need to be out here in these streets doing nothing while they not in school. We got to take care of these kids, y'all. Keep them involved. Get them out there doing some community service, some volunteering, something. Just don't let your kids be out here in the street getting in trouble, because it ain't nothing out there, y'all. It ain't nothing out there. Let's keep these kids busy. They are our future. We got to protect them. Get them involved. I know for sure Work Ready. I know they have youth camp counselors over at the Y. They were hiring for that. I know there are a lot of different programs. I just can't really say it off the top of my head right now, but I'll follow up next week with a whole list because I got a bunch of them. I just don't know them off here, but I'll share them with y'all next week. Get your kids out there and get them busy. Keep them active, keep them involved in the community, show them what it looks like to be a part of their community doing the right thing. It's so much out here that they can do. They can work, they can volunteer, they can help you out. They can help the neighbors out. Street cleaning. My daughter made a very good point, something she said she wanted to say if she got on the show, but she actually didn't say it. What is it that you said you wanted to say earlier, Maya?
Yes. Oh, yes.
About litter.
Yes.
About trash.
Oh, I got it. I don't like, can I say it? Don't throw trash on the ground.
What are you supposed to do with the trash?
Throw it in the trash can.
Throw it in the trash can. Absolutely. We got our brother Ruth showed up. They ain't listening. I told them these is not our special guest today. They just tailgating me right now. You want to put the headphones on? Go ahead.
Joy.
Yeah, because they was being really loud. Maybe they'll talk a little lower if they can hear themselves.
We're gonna share microphones. You okay with that? Are y'all okay with being on TV? You like being on TV?
Amaya,
Yes.
Uncle Rue is talking to you. They looking at theyself. They not looking at you, bruh. They see theyself up there.
So we gonna share microphones.
Yeah, share with her.
Make sure you tap me if you got something to say. All right. If you don't agree with something, if you agree with it, if you just want to chime in. All right. Okay. So I'm the assist. I know all this was done already, but you know.
I told him you was coming and I was waiting.
My man, I keep ready to call the brother a name that we had for the brother when we was upstate. But his name is Hennessy Kev. Is it Hennessy Kev? The whole joint? Hennessy Black? Oh, I'm just chopping the whole joint up.
He good at chopping.
Who knew? It's Henny Black. You know what I'm saying?
Black.
He said his name was Henny Black. I gotta go with Henny Black. That's Henny Black, y'all. Say hi to Henny Black.
Say hi.
Oh, I heard you talking about the work ready.
Yes.
We do have a code for Eddie's house, so you could be working at our location on 2321 North Broad Street, Cornerstone Drop-In Center. We are open. We provide all kinds of resources. Come through, get some resources, get some help. You know what I'm saying? Get some love, some grace.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Support.
I know you got other. I have it, but I don't have it on hand. But it's a lot of youth programs out there this summer. Even for like not working, it's like camps. It's different programs out there. I don't know if you know any offhand that you can share with our viewers today, but I'll make sure I bring the list next week when I come.
No, definitely. I don't know any offhand.
Okay.
To be honest
But
with
I'll
y'all.
make sure I bring it
But
next
something
week.
y'all should be doing right now, and if you watching the show and you in the West Philly or Southwest Philly area, go support the rally at Sayre, the pool party at Sayre. They have a whole bunch of our swimming pools closed down. That's another thing for young folks to be able to do. I'm one of them young folks that grew up swimming every summer in different parts of the city. You know, family living in different parts of the city. And when I was down there, that's one of the things, whatever cousins I was with, we wanted to go swimming.
Right.
So I know that that's an outlet, a resource that's needed for our children. And it's a public safety thing from the standpoint of not just stopping gun violence, but also because people need to learn how to swim. Because you could save other people's lives. You could save your own life.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
at Sayre in particular is where they would train all of the lifeguards. So people be saying it's a lifeguard shortage. But that's only true because some of the places where y'all would train these lifeguards, y'all got them closed
It's
down.
shutting
And Sayre
down.
was the main place that they train all the lifeguards in the city.
And how is that even possible that shut down? And what are they doing?
So from the good folks, Kirsten and Atiba at Revolutionary Visions, they explained to me how it works. So the school owns the building, but Parks and Recs run the school.
Oh, if it's
Run
anything,
the program.
The school
Run the
district
program.
of Philadelphia.
The school district owns they own the pool, but Parks and Recs run the programming for the pool. So if anything is wrong with the building, so they said at Sayre, one of the issues is something was wrong with the ceiling. So from what I'm seeing is they don't really want to open it. So Parks and Recs, they keep pointing it at each other. Park and Rec and say, well, when Sayre do this, we'll get this done. And Sayre saying, well, when Park and Recs do this, we'll get that done. And they just let it keep going around in a circle. You know what I mean?
And that right there is a perfect opportunity for us as a people to get together and put our money where our mouth is at and try to make something happen. Because they can keep throwing the blame back and forth, but if you show up with a solution, right, and say, okay, these organizations is going to get together and pay for the roof to be fixed. Now what?
And that's one of the things that the rally is presenting, like a call to action for the community, not just to come at Parks and Recs, but come up with our own ideas about how to get these pools back open. If we have to do it ourselves, what does that look like? It's funny that you said that because that's what I'm hearing from people in general, black people in general, but black folk specifically. So I was on this, it was a Zoom call, but it's called Men's Coffee Talk. I've been coming back and forth on there for a while. A lot of resources on there, a lot of black men doing a lot of different things. So they were talking about, you know, of course, how do we stop gun violence? You know what I mean? So we had somebody from the DA's office on there, and he was expressing, yo, we gonna have to step outside the system. Now I know I'm a person that works for the system, and I know what my power is within the system, and I step up when I'm supposed to step up, because that's a question too. A lot of black folks are in position, and when these questions about race come up, they don't step up. But you complain. You in a position to make a change, you have to step up. You can't complain when you sitting at the table with us, with the family, but when you go to work, it's mom's the word.
Right.
Like, that doesn't make sense. And I have a lot of elders saying to me and the brothers that's around me, like, black folk, we are in the most powerful position we've been in America, because we do everything.
Yes.
Even if it's just one of us, we're doing everything you can think of. We just got to start using our power to empower our people. And that's what the issue is. So the reason why I linked those two together, because even he was saying, yeah, I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do within the system, but we have the talent, we have the resources, we have the manpower, we have the know-how to create our own systems.
Absolutely.
And put things in place for our people with our own systems.
Right.
So when you said that, like, what do we have to do? How do we put our money where our mouth is? In every situation that black folks are lacking, we have the ability overall to create that to duplicate that system that's doing us harm,
Or
not,
make it better, or create a new
we
one.
have the ability to do it.
Create a new one.
Because black folk really are doing everything.
And we
Seriously.
and we also, I mean, it's so much out there now. It's always been, but you know, we lacked certain things.
Oh,
You know, as
hold
a
up,
people,
wait a
we
minute.
didn't lack. We were kept away from certain things. She hid behind a microphone.
Was she meditating or did she just fall asleep? I thought she, because I was about to say, what is going on in these young folks' lives that this poor baby is falling asleep right?
Let me tell you, these
How
girls.
active
Let
are
me tell
they?
you about these girls right here. They wake up at the crack of dawn, hyped and excited to go to camp. And I'm gonna
Okay,
tell you one
that's
thing
what's up.
about that camp: it keep them busy. They be exhausted when
Oh,
they
so y'all
come
like
home.
the camp? You like the camp?
Yes.
You like everything about the camp?
Yes.
Wow, I heard
And guess what they do 3 days a week? What we just talking about? What y'all do 3 days a week?
We go to the pool.
They go to the pool.
Tomorrow we go to the pool too.
Yeah.
Swimming gets you tired. That gets you, it's because it's great exercise.
It
So I
is.
can imagine, I can understand why you would be falling asleep.
I ain't go today though.
So what else
Yeah,
do y'all
only
do
3
besides
days a
swim
week.
at the camp?
Hmm?
What else do y'all do besides swim?
Do
Play a lot of
activities
games.
A lot of games.
and
What's
do
your favorite game?
activities.
What kind of activities do you do?
Today we made a turtle.
Y'all made a turtle?
Like a real
A
turtle?
real turtle or like a paper turtle or a
Paper
clay
turtle.
Oh,
Okay.
I was about to say, how did y'all make a real turtle?
That's
I would
science
like to
right
know
there. That's cloning.
that. Cloning. So
Y'all
what else
can
do
make
y'all,
a
what other
turtle.
activities do y'all like to do at camp? Besides swim and do like arts and crafts? Because that's more like arts and crafts, right? Making a turtle? Okay.
What about you, Amaya?
What else do y'all like?
I like to draw.
You like to draw?
We like to play musical chairs.
Yo,
Me too.
This is so funny that she talking to me, but she keeping her eye on the camera to see how she look. As she
They is not
And
looking
she's not-
at
yo,
no.
she
They
like,
is stuck looking
I'm
at
not
themselves.
looking at you. I need
And
to
look
see
at her on the
myself.
camera like she ready. She is
That's
ready.
what's up. But this is the importance of camp. This is how much your children don't like to be in the house for. Even though y'all think these kids don't want to go outside,
They want to
They
go
do.
outside
they want to go outside.
and get them away from these. And you know what? One of the things is no cell phones, no iPads. Get them away from the electronics. Get them out there being active, doing stuff, physical, using their hands, using their brains, putting things together without a phone or an iPad.
So how do y'all feel about that? No phone, no iPad, no electronics.
Bored.
But you just said you was having fun.
Bored.
Y'all like the camp.
Yeah, camp.
Oh, you
Yeah.
talking about period. You don't like not to have your cell phone. You need your cell phone. You need your iPad. For real, y'all need it.
What kinds of things do y'all do on your iPads and
Y'all
your
do
cell
on the
phone?
iPad.
Watch YouTube and play Roblox.
Oh God.
Yeah, mommy.
YouTube
We need
is a
Roblox.
problem, people.
That
YouTube
is the
is a
problem.
problem.
No, seriously.
YouTube is a problem.
It's a
I don't even wanna
major.
ask- hold up. How old are you?
8.
So you 7, right?
6.
Six.
She's 6.
Every time I see her, right, I'm gonna tell the same story. Every time. When I first came home, she was this big, literally. Just a
Yeah.
little pudgy, little cute thing, but she was only this big. And look how big she is now.
Tall.
Wow,
These kids, boy.
wow. You gotta
It's
make
my
sure you let
thing.
people know that she's 6, right? Why is that? You want them to know that you older? You the older sister? That doesn't mean
No.
anything.
No.
Being the older sister don't mean nothing.
No.
Does being the younger sister mean something?
No.
So y'all basically kind of like twins. That's how y'all move.
No.
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 Why not? Why y'all can't be like the same person? What's wrong with that? Y'all sisters.
Because
Okay, I'm listening. It's coming.
Because what?
because she likes cheesy stuff and sweet stuff. I like spicy stuff.
Oh, okay. So she like cheesy stuff, as in like corny stuff, or like cheesy stuff, just food with cheese in it?
Like macaroni and cheese.
Oh, who doesn't like that? You don't like cheesy stuff?
I like cheesy stuff. But
I love cheesy
I
stuff.
love cheesy stuff too.
but I love
Cheddar
spicy
makes
stuff
everything
more.
better. If y'all didn't know that,
I like spicy stuff more.
you want hot sauce on everything?
Yes, mostly all our food.
Not everything.
Not everything.
Yeah.
Hot sauce does make things a little better.
It
It does.
can, yeah.
Certain things.
It can.
You put them on plain chips. You put hot sauce on plain chips.
Yes.
She put hot sauce on everything.
I know what it is. It's amazing. Hot sauce on plain chips. Because I have an addiction.
Shake
to
it
plain
up.
Chips. I stopped eating French fries as much as I was eating them, and now it's plain chips. So I don't know. I guess that's a little bit better. Plain chips is a little better than French fries.
Is it?
I'm asking. In my mind, I'm telling myself that though.
Well, you.
In moderation. And you can't put hot sauce on fries, but you can put it on plain chips.
I
And
can
it's
put it on
amazing. You
fries
put it on fries too?
sometimes.
Okay.
And she put on fries that has cheese on it.
So hold on. So you
Yeah.
put cheese and hot sauce on fries. I'm gonna try it just because.
It's
I'm not gonna
good.
tell her that it's not good because I haven't tasted it.
It's
It sounds
good.
a little.
It's good.
Yeah, with hot sauce.
No, it is not.
Yeah, salt, pepper, ketchup, hot sauce. Salt, pepper, ketchup, hot sauce.
Ketchup is hot
And the hot
sauce.
sauce
Like
on
on
fries.
French
Ketchup with hot
fries.
sauce is disgusting.
Ketchup and hot
separated
sauce
my
are
situation.
it's on
Anything that's
fries
on
are-
it is disgusting. Because ketchup and hot sauce.
I like home fries.
Oh, the other
I like
thing.
cheese fries better than ketchup fries.
What about pizza
Okay.
fries? Nobody likes pizza fries.
Ew.
How's that nasty?
Wait, what?
Pizza fries.
Pizza fries.
You never had a pizza fry?
No.
So that means you never had a pizza pretzel then either.
Wait, a
We
pizza
we
pretzel.
have.
That was good. Was it good? Did you have it? You had it.
I
We
had
made
a
them.
piece. I had a piece.
So oh yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah, we made them at home.
You can make pizza fries at home. Y'all should make it tonight. Tonight we should make it. So what I do want to say before I forget, it was a young woman. Her name is Destiny Jackson. She's 19. She was supposed to come on today, but she got a new job. And because she had a new job, she got to go to work.
Congratulations,
Because I'm
Destiny.
not-
Congratulations.
I don't
I'm just
like
listen. I was just talking about, the youth. Like 19 is, she's
Yeah.
getting over that threshold, but still, like, we got to get them busy, get them jobs, get them active in the community, doing stuff. School is out. Keep your kids off the street. Do you know where your kids is at? Do you know where your kids is at? Ask yourself that throughout the day. You might be at work. Your kids ain't in school. They ain't got no job. They ain't at no camps. Ask yourself where your kids at. Check on your kids all day long. Just keep checking on your kids. Because let me tell you something. Shit happens at all times of the day. It don't have to be late at night for your kids to be out here in the street and something happens to them. So check on your kids and keep them active and keep them busy all summer long. That's I'm going to preach that all summer long. Where your kids at? Where are your children right now?
Where they at? Call in and tell us where your child's at. But listen, I know some of y'all people. You ain't watching your kid. I just seen your kid on Broad Street and you wasn't there. And it's way after school let out because this is the last week of school, right?
Well, some of it was last week, but yeah,
Some
this
of
is
them
the
last
last
week.
week
This
for
is the
some
official
too.
last week.
Yeah, this is the last week for some too.
All right, you got it. But so Destiny Jackson, she 19. The reason why she was coming on the show, and she is gonna come back on to be able to tell her own story. But she 19, and when it was time for her to go to college, she wanted to go to Spelman. Spelman didn't accept her. A whole bunch of other colleges accepted her. And this is a young woman who came out of foster care. Actually, Kirsten that was on last week is her adopted mother. But I met her first. I met Kirsten. I didn't know that was her adopted mother. I met her at other like events and stuff. And then I went to a restorative justice anniversary circle. And the reason why they did an anniversary circle with the DA's office and had a press conference and all that, because during the uprising, everybody that was most of the people that were locked up for doing whatever they did during the uprising, instead of giving people felonies, they allowed them to go through restorative justice to find what was going to be the best solution to deal with those people, not young folks,
yeah.
but people. So what the Restorative Justice Circle did was it brought all the players to the table. So people in the neighborhood that were just going through whatever they was going through, folks that did whatever they did during the uprising, the business owners, the cops, they brought everybody into these circles, and they were massive circles. And it was probably like 400 people that got locked up. Nobody got prosecuted. Everybody went through restorative justice circles. They came up with different things that they can do as a way to give back, you know, and they were doing an anniversary circle to show that it worked, because you didn't have a bunch of young folks with felonies on them that they didn't need, that was going to affect their lives. You didn't have a bunch of people going to jail or in the system for something that it was something that was going to happen anyway.
Minor.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You knew this was going, because whenever you put people in certain situations, you know that at a certain point the top gonna blow off.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what happened. And even the business owners and folks who got affected by it were honest about that. You know, and then we had that circle to show the anniversary of that it's other ways to deal with problems besides prosecution.
And that's
besides
one of the
police.
reasons why the criminal justice system needs major reform, because it's some of the things that these kids are being locked up for and ruining their lives, giving them these records, and it's affecting their future. And having programs like that, restorative justice practices, allows these children, it gives them a chance. You know what I mean? Don't destroy that. Especially young kids, they are going to make mistakes.
Yes.
They're going to make mistakes. Why do they have to live with their mistakes they made as a young child for the rest of their life, hindering their access to a future and a career and things like that? Like that right there for me is like key for our community across the board. I feel like it should be more restorative practices being offered to children, especially when the incidents or, you know, the crime or whatever that happens.
I don't mean to cut you. I'm kind of low key hyped because my family in the building. I ain't seen him in a while. We'll talk about that afterwards. Go ahead, Lee. I apologize for cutting you off.
That's okay. But yeah, whatever, especially when it's within the community. You know, when it's when neighbors are fighting and, you know, people calling the cops, and you know what I mean, especially for incidences like that.
Right.
We live together
Over a parking spot.
Over a parking spot. I shoveled out my spot for the snow. You came and moved the trash can.
About the parking spot.
Listen.
Listen. Y'all really be ready to? No, people done shot people over parking spots.
It's major.
But the thing about the parking spot thing that trips me out, and I just said this to a woman who is ready to argue over her parking spot. I said, listen, you ready to fight people because you don't want to walk 3 cars down. A lot of these people be arguing about their parking spot, and it's a parking spot 3 cars down from in front of their house.
That's a sunny day.
But no, I'm not talking about snow. I'm talking about just people arguing over parking spots. Because it don't gotta be snowing for folks to be arguing about a parking spot. Now, I can kind of see it a little bit if you live in South Philly. If you live down where my folks is from on 6th Street, like around Snyder and all that, if you get, it ain't even gotta be about a parking spot. If you get home after 6 o'clock, you might be walking from Oregon Avenue. So anybody that know that part of South Philly, and you know how far, or even though the blocks are small, you know how far it is from Oregon Avenue to Snyder Avenue. And then you just came from work. And you rolled around the neighborhood 10 times before you realize, I'm going to have to park in the plaza on Oregon Avenue and walk back to 6th and Snyder. Now, if you live in South Philly, that might be worth some fisticuffs. I don't know. Not shooting though. But if you live in Southwest, if you live in parts of West Philly, parts of North Philly, y'all be arguing because y'all don't want to park on the corner of the block, man. Like, come on, y'all.
And it's really like,
I'm just saying though, like we really be ready to go through it. And
War.
some
Go to
people be
war.
trying to argue because they got 2 cars and both cars can't be right. You can't put 2 cars in front of your house unless you own 2 houses.
and
If that's the rule, if you own the house right in front of you as your which that's not the rule, y'all. You don't
not.
own the street
You
where the
don't
cars
own the
is parked.
street.
You don't even
want-
own the sidewalk.
Listen, you want private parking, get a driveway.
Yeah.
Unless you
That's real,
got
too.
a handicap spot, excuse me, issue because you have a handicap sticker or whatever. That's you can get a parking spot that way. But I don't want to go too deep into it, but I do want to mention another thing.
Okay.
Really quick. In the summertime, Play Street. So, they created Play Street for kids to have something to do. Right? During the summer, they can play in the street, do little things in the street, have the block parties and stuff like that.
Right.
People, don't just block your car, pull your car up and block the street off and say it's Play Street.
What?
It's not Play Street. You have to actually get permission for that.
Hey, I'm one of those people who I'm kind of like up and down with permission. You know what I mean? Just to be
Listen.
honest, I'm kind of like, when
Listen.
it comes to permission to do,
You can't
cover y'all ears.
Yeah,
You can't hear this part.
Yeah,
y'all gotta have permission.
Yeah,
for
he
everything.
can't really go in like he really would like to go in because we got young ears in the building today.
Yes, we do. But let me
just be mindful.
Let me finish telling Destiny's story.
Yes,
So the reason
back
why I
to
wanted her,
Destiny.
the young lady was she had been in foster care. I don't know how long. She would have to tell you those in-depth part of the story. But she wanted to go to Spelman, and they didn't accept her. So her thing was like, no, I've been talking to all these people from Spelman. I've been hearing about all these great things at Spelman. A lot of my sheroes is from Spelman. Y'all not just going to not let me go to Spelman. So what she did was she started a GoFundMe. And she just went ham with the GoFundMe until she got into Spelman. And now she's going into her sophomore year at Spelman.
So wait, that is amazing. Yeah, that's what
Because
I'm trying to understand.
she was getting she was getting scholarships to other places, like that's why I put the foster care part out there, because she ain't had nobody. Right. She got accepted but couldn't afford it.
Oh,
Exactly.
and they wasn't trying to give her no money.
No.
Okay, I get it.
So
now. I get
she
it.
started grinding. Right now, this job that she got now that keeps her from coming here is her third job, because she works 3 jobs. Very energetic young woman. I would have loved to have her on the show. She is going to come back on the show. Very social, very, very, one of them people that's just bubbly.
Did I meet Destiny? I don't think
you met her.
Destiny.
Because I
don't
want
think I
her to
met her.
be, she's going to be doing some workshops at the center, because she understands that population, because she's still in it. She's still young. She is a perfect person to do workshops to
made
kind
her
of
who
allow you
she
to know how to
is.
get through that, how to deal with it from so many different. It's always better to get people with experience in a situation.
Right.
We can be educated in it. You can. It's kind of like a coach who didn't play basketball, so to speak, or didn't play football. They can be really, really good at it. They can be really, really good at it. Just because you don't have the experience don't mean you can't be a specialist at it if you didn't go through it. But it's something about people who got experience in those things that pulls other people in more. That makes other people quick. I think you gravitate to somebody that has the experience a little quicker than somebody that just has the expertise.
Right.
Because it's kind of like you can always go through that thing of, you don't know what I've been through. It's just book stuff you talking about.
Right.
And they might be 100% on it. Know everything they supposed to know about that particular thing. But somebody who got the experience and the information, that's a different level. And people who you're trying to help or guide tend to lean on or lean towards people who they can relate to in that way, that because in the work that we do, a lot of folks, they connect to me differently because I got the experience.
Right.
When I talk to young folks that's in the street or doing street shit or whatever you want to call it, they'll gravitate towards me before they gravitate towards the brother with the BA who heart just like mine, got all the information down about the environment, want to be in there, work, know how to talk to them, and they whole thing will be
just not connected.
You're not from where
connection
I'm
is
from.
not
You never
there.
sat in a courtroom. You never
Yeah.
been on these streets. You never been booked. You never been shot at, sold drugs, carried a gun. You didn't do that, so I don't want to listen to you.
Right.
Especially when you're dealing with young folks too.
Right.
So she has that experience.
That's an amazing
She's gonna come up
story.
here and talk about it sometime soon. We try and figure it out now. But But I definitely want her at the center, like doing workshops and just coming around. Like
That's an amazing story.
She came not this Wednesday, but last Wednesday. That's the other thing. Every Wednesday we have a community dinner. We do restorative circles there to talk about issues at the center or just issues in general. You know what I mean? It's a way for us to be able, everybody. The thing I love about restorative justice is everybody is empowered by the circle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody gets heard, and a lot of people really, really just want to be heard. You know what I mean?
And when and where is the community table on Wednesdays?
2321 North Broad, Cornerstone Drop-In Center. That's where we at every Wednesday. Come through.
Is it like
We
what,
gonna have
7
this-
o'clock? What time? Like 7? What time does it normally
From 6 to 8.
6 to 8.
Because you know we be open from 10 to 6. We really kind of be open every day. Honestly, where somebody is pretty much always there. And but the community dinner is from 6 to 8. Okay. And it's one of those things where we don't just do the circles. You could just to socialize, just to eat, just to hang out, to network. You know, we could get some ciphers jumping. We can do some spoken word. We got a lot of things at our disposal.
Definitely bring the art to the table because
yes, we love the arts.
We love the arts.
And if you got a workshop that you want to do, come through. Come through. Anybody that got any good workshops, productive workshops, come through. You know what I mean? Let us know what day, what time. We promote it. We get it out there. We get it popping.
Bring the resource to the table because that's one of the things that we are here for on this show is to bring the resources to y'all. So y'all bring the resources to the table. We can share those resources on the show and make it's, you know, I learned a long time ago, you know, it ain't what you know, it's who you know. But I kind of disagree with that a little bit. You got to know something. It's about what you know too, but it's not just about what you know. You know what I mean? It's not just about that.
To double down on what you just said, like we got to be honest about that. The more informed you are, you live your life on a different level. I'm gonna be honest. When you don't know shit happens to you because you don't know shit. Absolutely. You're able to get taken advantage of. One of the things I used to send to my folks in my letters all the time is those who are not informed always get taken advantage of.
Always.
If you are not informed, you're always going to get taken advantage of. It's just the reality of the situation. Even people that mean well will take advantage because you just don't know. And they probably don't know a certain amount of stuff.
Exactly.
And now they just going along to what they know, and you going by what you know, and now you getting shortchanged. And that wasn't even their intent. That's like the blind leading the blind, Jim.
It happens.
So the person might be well intent. Go ahead, holla at him.
Yeah, you know he always scratching his leg before he about to say something. Go ahead.
All right. I'm not taking that from nothing, right? When folks say it's not what you know, it's who you know. They're not saying that you don't have to know anything. But the fact of the matter is, it don't matter what you know if you don't know the right people. And that's kind of what it is. And you under the assumption that in traveling this experience, you're going to know something. So you don't even have to worry about knowing anything specific. Just learn as you go. And long as you run into the right people, what you've learned along the way will come in handy. But
I like this brother.
Absolutely.
Man. And it ain't just because he dark skinned, man. I like this brother.
You biased.
Oh, yeah, I am. I'm sorry, I am.
But it's okay.
But to go along with his point, I'm still going to stand on when the folks that are not informed, not educated properly, however we want to say it, they get treated. They get put in the system wherever they see fit that you can put them in the system.
Right.
Whatever system that is at the time. If you don't know, it's things that I learned while I was upstate that was like, damn. I would sit on my bed for real and be like, if I knew that, you know, we all do it.
If I knew better, I'd do better.
If I knew that, dog, this would not be happening right now. I would not be here.
Right.
I would have made different decisions. And I mean, part of it just the journey of life. It's going to happen, like the brother said.
Right. Go on, sister.
They can hear you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm fine now. It's not.
Everybody
I'm all right.
Come on.
Oh, not at all. I'm not afraid of the camera. Nah, I'm just in my natural,
Okay.
form today. No, it's
Say what you said. I want to hear. I didn't hear what she said. I didn't hear the
got
comment.
scared on us, y'all.
Oh,
She hiding from the camera. How you got the mic behind the wall and you get scared because they can hear you? What?
she gave it back.
Do we? Okay, that happens. That happens.
That happens
Come
to
back
me
to
all
us.
the
Come back
time.
to us. Come back to us. So, I'm all jokes aside. I know we all agree with the fact that you need to be informed. You need to educate yourself.
Yes.
You need to. It's just how it is. Because again, those who are not informed get taken advantage of. We see it with our people every day. Because
All the time.
they've made us intellectually lazy. It ain't that we don't have the capacity or the ability. Some things are neurological, but for the most part, they made us intellectually lazy. It's like the thing of reading is boring and it's corny and all that good stuff. But the people that read really got more bread than you. Seriously. I know we like to look at some people that rapped or played a sport, but most of the people who read, they got more bread than the people who don't read. Let's do that study. Let's do that research.
yeah. I'm gonna have to look
Let's
that
do.
up.
I would love because I know the
want-
person can say that's anecdotal.
They said the top 3% most effective people in the world read for an average of an hour a day. That's what the top 3 most effective people in the world have in common. Said most effective people learn something new continuously.
Because they read for just 1 hour.
at least an hour every
At
Just
least
an hour every day.
1 hour. Just
Go
1
look
hour.
at it. Go look it up, y'all. You
1
can eat
hour?
off these damn books. I'm doing it right now. Because I have no certifications on my wall. But I've read like a mom. I've read and keep reading and keep reading. And that puts me in the position that I'm in right now. And I ain't got a whole bunch of bread. But I know a lot of people who don't read that I'm doing way better than them. I know a bunch of people who said, man, I can't eat off them books y'all reading. What you read? What's that? That's Dr. Ben. I ain't gonna get no money off of Dr. Ben. Well, I could tell you where I sit amongst people who are scholars. And they look at me the same way because I read Dr. Ben. One of those scholars was on. One of the professors was on here. And I'm gonna big myself up. I had a conversation with this man like 3 different occasions. He was like, you a scholar. You just didn't go to one of these institutions to get their paperwork.
That's it.
But you know the same stuff I know. Shit, you know shit I don't know. And you know how to teach it. And you know how to put it into action. You know how to apply what you know. Because there's a difference between understanding something and internalizing something. See, I could read a book and understand it and have great conversations about it. But the things that I got from that book it doesn't make me move in a certain way. It doesn't change how I move.
So if you didn't know what you know, do you think you would have the connections that you have?
No. Because I would just
Is what you know.
It's what you know. It's what you know.
And who
it's
you
certain,
know.
It's certain things that you
Right.
could say in
If
a
you-
room with certain people
Exactly. If
that
you-
allows them to know that you understand.
Exactly, because if you can't stand in the room and hold a conversation amongst people, you're going to fall to the background.
Here we go. We in it. Let's go.
Let's go.
I agree. I know knowing what you know puts you in a place. I think a lot of times for individuals in this particular circle that we are in, knowing what you know adds a certain value to yourself and allows a freedom of movement that allow you to be consistently who you are. I think what it is though is that your decisions are made or heart-led decisions. You dig? So it's like that's what the people gravitate. Because there's gonna be plenty of people who know even more than you that will never even get attached to. But it's the reason why what you're trying to express is felt a certain way by the individual that you're expressing it to. It's not just what you know, it's the direction and the place inside you that the information is fueled by that kind of make to be the difference maker sometimes.
I agree with that because I agree with that wholeheartedly. One, because people latch on to me in a certain way.
Right.
And it be love. Like it be love. Like I've been telling a lot of brothers lately, like, you know, I'm still high security boy, but I've been taking my security down with my people.
Right.
And the reason why I've been doing that because we've been taught a certain thing that we don't get along. We can't do business. Soon as money come up, everything
Lies.
gonna get crazy. Soon as women come up, if you talking about men,
Lies.
everything gonna get crazy. You know what I mean? And for women too.
Right.
When men come up, I tell you, we don't debate about it, but when I ask women why they don't deal with other women, it's never because of any like character traits. Cause she's still cause she lied. It's always cause I don't trust her around my dude, or we done had a situation, or you can't be telling these bras about your life and all that. And I'm like, well, damn, y'all not having relationships based on men. You know what I mean? So we have been taught that though. That's not natural to us. That's not, you know what I mean? That's not pre 500 years.
Yeah,
we need to start looking at the pre 500 years stuff when it comes to America. When it comes to black people, we need to question everything about ourselves and look pre 500 years and say, all right, this is what they saying about us now. This is what we do right now. But what were we doing before we came here?
Then,
Whether we talking about religion, money, relationships, family structures, whatever it is.
Who
all
were
the big
we?
questions. All
who
the big
were
questions.
we?
Right.
Who were we?
All the big questions. Start asking, like, what did we do before we got here? Because I talk about it a lot as far as relationships. We don't know how to have relationships as black folk. We are learning how to have relationships. The reason why we don't know how to have relationships because up until this point and even right now, somebody else has always been involved in our relationships. So if you're talking about marriages, the slave master was involved in your marriage. And then after the slave master, the system or the state or whatever you want to call it was involved in your marriage. If we talking about parenting, child-parent relationships, slave master was always involved in that relationship. Friend relationship, you cool with your homie, somebody was always involved in that relationship that got to tell y'all how y'all had to have this relationship. I can give you an example. We on a plantation, and y'all can read about this stuff. It's in the books for you. Me and my wife get into an argument. And in some families, it was a clear understanding. We do what we do in front of the master, and when we come home, this is a different place. But in a lot of circumstances, it was like, I wonder what master gonna say about that. When it was something you didn't like. So if I try to tell my wife, yo, do X, Y, Z, or we need this, and she hesitating, you know what the hesitation is for. You feel what I'm saying? We knew what the hesitation is for. The same thing with the kids. And this is an example anybody that got children know. When the child understands that it's another power player, like mom or dad, they play to it.
Oh, absolutely.
So it was clear for our children to understand in certain spaces that mom wasn't mom. The mistress was mom. That dad wasn't dad. The master was dad. So when I told my child, sit down, they would look at master. Right then and there, that's affecting your relationship with your child.
Absolutely.
And that's the same thing with if we was homies. If it's two women and they were friends on a plantation or neighboring plantations, it was always when you talk about child abuse lines, when you talk about DHS, when you talk about DARE coming to the school and telling kids don't say no, and if anything's going on in your house, report it. That's changing the dynamic on how you have the relationship with your child. The same thing with welfare, not allowing the man to come in the house. That's the state being involved in your relationship. So that night when you don't feel like him, and you like, well, listen, you know you can't stay here, right? You know you can make me lose my, you know how we do. You know how we do when we get on the emotional level, when we on the sneaky shit, that's not knowing how to have a relationship. Why? Because somebody else is involved in it. And it's always been like that with our people. And we have to start learning again, the other joint is, we don't get along. Women don't get along. Men, like all the different things we believe, and there is no unity and all of that good stuff.
That's so not true.
That's stuff that's been told to us because somebody else has been involved in our relationships.
Yeah.
So I'm big on, we need to learn. We need to ask a whole bunch of questions when we meet each other. What's your back, especially in male-female relationships, but just in relationships overall.
Right.
Even beating your kids. The way that we beat our kids, I'm not a person that's against corporal punishment, if you want to call it that, because I think they use that because it sounds so bad. Corporal punishment. That sounds like you fucking your kids. When somebody said, "Oh, you believe in corporal punishment?" Come on, dog. You gonna use that language? You could have said spanking.
Yeah, this is
You could have said discipline. You talking about corporal punishment? You use corporal punishment in your kids?
So we get water
That's what it sounds like. But that's somebody encroaching on your relationship with your kids. Because now it's in question. When that teacher be like, oh, I noticed she had a mark on her arm, or I noticed when I said something to her, she lifted her hands, and that could be signs.
It can be. These signs are so universal, right? And they always go far stretch. They always go far to the left first, right? Jump to conclusions. And in all reality, like it's really they want to intertwine themselves into our family because we need it, right? We're not raising our kids right. Our family structures are broken, right? So they feel from the gate already as the teacher, they feel like they're teaching and educating, oppressed children, children in poverty. So already that's saying something about the home. Already they're going to insinuate the worst thing about the home. I have had to check many of teachers in my day. My house is my house, and yes, I make the rules, and what goes on in your household don't go on in my household. So don't come bringing your Eurocentric views and ways of how a household should be held and run to my kids, trying to change my kids' ways and thinking of about how they live. That's what they do. They make the kids think how they living is so bad. It's so messed up. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot that can change for the better for our people. But we got some good family. We got some good family structure. They trying to break the black family. We can't let them break the black family. We got to keep our families together and stop trying to include these, Euro ways of conducting family business. That's not how we do it.
Exactly.
Say it again, brother.
Stop letting your Rugu get in your relationship.
Exactly.
Don't let them get in your home.
In your family.
Don't let your Rugu.
In your family. Because it's not us. It's not you. It's not the way we are. It's not the way we are as a culture. And y'all get in our kids' heads and try to make them believe that this way, that because it's not that way, it's wrong. Because it's not that way, it's broken. It's something wrong with it. It's different.
Could be just different. And the thing about what I was thinking about when you was talking about that is when what's the brother name? Mama Gail's husband was on here.
Oh yeah.
And he was saying, he made up a point that I never heard nobody say anything about. That there was a privacy issue with the homeschooling.
Absolutely. I never
thought about the fact that nobody signed a consent form or any type of structured contract or whatever you want to sign or put together.
Put cameras in my house.
To let the cameras in these folks' house. And I never thought about that. My whole thing was like, all right, this is an opportunity for us to get together and teach our kids. And we all did. Moms need to link up with other moms and help. No, just period. It being in there. For privacy, because now the teacher, while the camera on, the teacher making comments. She making notes. She asking the kid, "Are you okay?" Mom standing right behind the baby. Mommy got to be in the camera, like, "Yeah, my damn baby, okay." Why are you asking that question and not teaching?
Exactly.
That's only because this camera is in my house. Now people were getting reported on and didn't know they was being reported on. Teachers was making suggestions.
Yep.
Making comments to higher to the principals of the school district. Oh, this is going on in that house. We think that child is not safe and all. Only because these cameras in these folks' house and they didn't even know. And I didn't know either to say this is a privacy issue.
Yep. We never
because we don't necessarily need the camera. All you need is a curriculum.
No, they do need the camera.
What, for the teacher?
Teacher and student. That's the problem.
But no, I'm saying in terms of
educating.
They didn't, because you telling the mom to do it anyway. That's what I was told.
The thing was, you had to make sure that the students was actually in front of it.
Got you. Nah, no doubt.
So that's why you need the camera.
The whole sign on John.
They can sign in, go take a walk and play Call of Duty or something like that. Because that was the other thing. The kids were kept cutting their cameras off, the game, little stuff in the background.
No, I heard all that. And
but listen, that ain't the point. The point is they just automatically put that upon us and said this is what it's going to be without consent.
Well, I don't even know if they probably didn't even think it would be folks dropping a dime. They was just trying to do what was best for them.
Right.
But you figure their teachers been indoctrinated the same way we had. So these people have an idea of what the ghetto looks like, what struggle looks like, what certain things are. So they weren't necessarily trying to snitch and get people in trouble. They legitimately would think stuff was in. They would believe they were doing it right. You know what I mean? It's like I never got to look into this kid.
And I get that, but that's not the point. The point is they put cameras, they put that upon us and said, we're going to do virtual learning and we are going to send these computers, these Chromebooks and stuff home, and your kids is going to have to be on
I get you, but like
visual
how
from one
you
A
saying
to
that, but
Z.
what else were they supposed to do? I understand how the things that went wrong, but everybody was complaining how they wanted kids to go to school during the pandemic. They couldn't send them to the building. They couldn't send teachers out to your house. How would you have proposed? And that's, I think, one of the things that gets us as a community or as a culture as a whole. A lot of times problems pop up. It's only a few people in positions to make a solution. They put a solution, the solution don't get the right way, and then the people that wasn't involved, they're like, how could you do this? It's like, I ain't even trained for this. I ain't studied for this test. This was a freestyle. I did what I thought was in my best interest, and this is what happened.
Because one thing I can say about the pandemic, they tried it on us.
They tried everything.
And we went for it.
They tried everything.
They tried that shit. They didn't even
tried
believe
everything.
And again, this is not anecdotal. Look at the documentaries, look at the news, follow the whole timeline. It's documented. They didn't believe we was gonna go for this. And when we did, they just went ham.
Yeah,
They just went ham with it. They didn't believe. Check it out from the beginning. They didn't believe all the stuff with the hospitals, with the schools, even with wearing masks and getting a shot. They didn't believe we was gonna go for it. It's politicians, it's lawmakers that was saying this blatantly, like, the American people are never going to go for these things that y'all trying to enact. Mm-hmm. And everything that they said we wasn't going to go for, we went for.
We did it.
We went for it. So I agree with you from the standpoint of...
Listen, I hear what you say.
Yeah, you had a bunch of people...
I hear that. It's no debate about that. We were all thrown into a situation we needed to respond to, and we had to make adjustments accordingly. Mm-hmm. Period. I get that. No debate up for that. The bottom line, and the only point that I'm trying to make is it was never discussed and made a decision with the families. It was, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this virtually. And this is for, and I'm not saying for like kids where parents made choices about where they were going to school, made choices about them doing virtual, because it's virtual school, even when even after the pandemic, there's virtual school as an option. I'm just saying for those who were in public school and had no other way to educate their kids, yes, they did put the cameras in the home, but it was not a discussion. It was just put out there. And don't get me wrong, we were slapped with a lot of different things that we had to deal with, and we had to adjust accordingly. But that's the only point I'm trying to make.
Excuse me, the thing that we got to look at too is kind of like what you said about the teachers already being indoctrinated and believing a certain thing. That's something they looked at in the public school and said, okay, we've been doing things like this. Not as extreme as putting the cameras in there, but we've been just doing stuff to these kids and not getting no pushback from the parents or whoever.
Why are we assuming that putting the cameras in is extreme? Because you think about it, just like they didn't inform the parents didn't have an objection. It's not until it's an issue arise that we're even noticing where the problem.
That's true.
No, it's an invasion of privacy, whether you see it as an issue or not. It's an invasion of privacy.
Nobody saying it was an.
It doesn't matter.
I'm not. All right, you're missing my point. I'm not arguing whether or not it's an invasion of privacy.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that we're saying in the invasion of privacy, like it was an egregious act, like folks just was careless and unthinking. I'm saying that a part of the reason why it's such clearly an invasion of privacy is the way it played out. The parents didn't see it playing out this way, and the school district. Because it's not like when it came in the homes, the parents were like, whoa, why didn't nobody ask me to sign a consent form? Parents didn't even start mentioning that they didn't sign a consent form until they realized what the issues might be. That's all I'm saying.
So until they became informed.
I'm saying no. No, I'm saying that until they realized that it could be a problem. And that's what I'm saying. And I'm saying that maybe The reason why they didn't think of the consent form was maybe they didn't think about before problem. It was be a problem.
I'm saying we, because I didn't
and
either. I'm saying we as a parent.
I'm saying me.
I don't think nobody.
I'm saying we. I mean, like we as a parent versus us. I'm speaking as parents on one side, and the people who made the decision as them on the other side.
But I don't think the teachers made those decisions.
Right. I mean, I think the school board did. I'm saying the school
Yeah,
board did.
I'm not talking about the teachers. The teachers didn't make those decisions.
The teachers was acting on what they was already.
They was doing what they wasn't even prepared to do it. They made the teachers do it, and they wasn't even prepared to do
Now
it.
I think at the end of all of this, for me is be mindful that there's a product being produced in all of these places.
Always.
Whether we talking about criminal justice, whether we talking about medicine, whether we talking about school, there's definitely school. There's a product being produced.
Real school.
And with a product being produced, they're going to do everything to make sure that you get the best product, their best product, their best product, which means cats going to jail, cats being servants, cats being smart, but using all their talents to work for the people who don't have their best interests at heart.
At all.
They're creating a product, y'all.
Yes.
In school, they're creating a product. And this just went along with product development, I guess you could say. We couldn't stop producing the product because y'all not going to the schools, so we had to make sure that the same product that we was producing while schools was in is going on at the crib.
Yeah, we better at customer service. They got teleconference training.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. And you had some parents.
Exactly.
I did see some good videos of parents like snapping on the teachers and all that. Like, why
Yeah,
you
I
in
was
our
one of them
business?
parents.
You know what I mean? Like, why are you all commenting on stuff? Why are you looking behind the kid? Just look at the kid. You know what I'm saying?
And they make it look, what's that on your wall back there?
Yes.
Like,
why is that a part of the lesson plan? What's on
do
my
you
wall?
know what that means on your wall back there?
Look at us. We the ops. We our own ops. You know, cops don't even solve crimes no more.
No.
They just walk around, get ring cameras, and play Where's Waldo.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they do.
Or
They don't never surrender their own camera.
Or,
But they snatch every camera in the hood, somebody get shot.
Or they do this. They got a bunch of boys running around the street that's basically cops. They basically FBI. They not going to jail for how many people they tag, how much drugs they sell, because they working for the folks. They already done told on them. So that even bolsters what my brother's saying. Like, you got people that's willingly like, listen, I'm going to work with these folks, and I'm going to just start solving them. I'm going to create cases and solve them all at the same time.
Job security.
Job security, man. They learned it from the master. Literally. They learned it from the master.
Yes.
But listen, I'm starting to sweat because
Yeah,
they turned the AC
The
off,
kids
and I'm a
was
sweater.
cold. Yeah, he's hot.
The show was
this has
over. We
been
had
good.
two
This-
beautiful guests on today. They starting to fall
Our
asleep.
beautiful girls is on the
I
show.
appreciate y'all coming on.
I
Dressed alike.
appreciate y'all coming
Twins.
out, even though you
My
ain't.
bad.
Even though I missed that comment, when I get off, I'm gonna get that comment from you. Yeah, we.
But we
can
need
definitely
y'all to
talk.
come back. We need y'all to come back. My man Henny, he gonna be around because he got a lot to
Yo,
say.
why he ain't never on the show? He
was on the
always
show
over
the one time. He
here.
actually was supposed to be up here today.
Show, but y'all already gave my seats away.
And one thing y'all know, you can't challenge kids. You can use kids to get anything pretty much done. It's kids in here.
I might be the most viewed episode ever.
Yeah, this might get all the views. But yo, love, support, and grace, social activism,
Yes.
resources, art. That's what we doing out here. Love y'all. Be here. Oh, tomorrow, Wednesday.
Community dinner.
Community center, drop-in center, Wednesday, 2321, North Broad. Come through every Wednesday from 6 to 8. Community dinner, restorative justice.
Yes.
Y'all got anything to say before we leave?
Y'all gonna say bye to the people?
Bye.
Bye.
That's it.
Yes.
Oh, they dry now.
Yo, they